Hello and welcome to the Hardison Cochran podcast. In today's episode, North Carolina workers' comp attorney Ben Cochran is going to answer the question, do you have to take a drug test for North Carolina workers' compensation benefits? And now, Ben Cochran.
Many employers required injured workers to provide a drug test following the accident. That is a very common procedure that we see many times as part of an employer's policies and procedures for workers' compensation. They often send the individual to the urgent care, and the urgent care requires the drug test. Many people often call us and say, well, do I have to take the drug test? There is no legal requirement in workers' compensation that requires you to take the drug test. However, you must understand that failure to take the drug test may ultimately result in a denial of your workers' compensation claim by the insurance carrier. The reason that they would argue this is because it is part of the law that does indicate that if you are intoxicated and your injury is the result of that intoxication, then your claim may be barred in workers' comp. Often what I tell folks is, depending on whether or not they know if they are going to pass or fail the drug test, may be a consideration that you look at as to whether or not you take the drug test.
Listening to this podcast does not create an attorney-client relationship between you and Hardison & Cochran, attorneys at law. Hardison & Cochran does not accept new clients without first obtaining a signed agreement. The information shared in this podcast is for information purposes and should not be intended or taken as legal advice as to yours or anyone else's legal matter. If you have a legal matter, contact an attorney about your specific set of circumstances.